Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Ayleen, and this is a daily dose of medicine walk. And right here we got Sam. Luna's off somewhere, around the cabin, investigating something. So, um, today's question. Oh, hi, Luna. Today's question is one it's related to something I said yesterday. And in fact, a friend of mine who watched the episode talked to me, and she brought up the question of um, when I mentioned that a narcissist could be an empath. And she wanted me to explain that a little bit more. And so it actually sort of led to the question that we're going to be addressing today. Because there is light and shadow in everything, including empathy. And so we're going to just kind of open up that bag of badgers and talk a little bit about that shadow side of empathy. And today's question is, can empathic projection become manipulation? Yep, we're going to go there because that's probably one of the most important topics when it comes to empathy, is because you can transmit as an empath. And the idea of that connection being something that can either be used to help someone, to empower, just to allow someone to kind of move past their own hesitation in order to be able to step up into their own authority. And the other side of it, which is how empathy can be used to manipulate other people. So, first off, let me say that I consider empathy a tremendous gift. I consider it one of the most amazing things that anyone can ever experience. And the thought of that being used to take away people's autonomy, to take away their power, to take away their freedom of choice, honestly, it breaks my heart. And I think that it is important to understand and to recognize that, yes, empathy is neutral. It's an ability. It is a tool to be used. And that tool can be either used for something positive or it can be used for something negative. I talk in terms of light and shadow. Now, I don't determine shadow is not evil. It is the tendency towards chaos, dissonance, and, problems relating to other people. It moves away from resonance. It moves away from the idea of harmony in energy. So, yes, there are people who lean into shadow. Now, everybody has free will. And if somebody chooses to go into shadow for whatever, they're dealing with, whether it's empathy or anything else, if they choose to move into shadow, yes, technically that is their choice. And it has consequences. And I will tell you flat out that I am a firm believer in what goes around comes around. And I have known of empaths who have had it come back and bite them right in the butt when they have misused their abilities. Because I do believe that there is, that karmic kind of balancing in the universe. And if you take away from something, take away something from someone, especially using something that is a gift, that is sacred, it's going to end up coming back. So if you know of an empath who is not utilizing their abilities to bring out positive things in people's lives, because ultimately, whether or not it's manipulation has to do with the intention of the empath. And it comes down to, what is their intention? What is their purpose? Is it to help that person be able to be more autonomous, to be in their own power? Or is it to have some sort of personal gain for themselves? If an empath is using empathy for their own personal gain, you are at best, it's a gray zone. And I would definitely stay away from any empath who would encourage something like that, because it's not okay. And like I said, ultimately what goes around comes around. Now, it could be very well-meaning. It could be that, well, maybe, it's the most common case is when somebody, an empath, likes someone and they think that person should be with them, but that person is with someone else who maybe the empath doesn't feel that that person is the right person for them. So they use their ability to push to try to create a shifting of that person's attention, maybe to turn it away from the one they're with to the empath themselves. And I have actually had people ask me if that's okay, and I tell them no, it is not okay. There are other ways to, if you really want to encourage someone to change a behavior or whatever, it's best to go and talk to them. You don't need empathy for that. The only place that empathy would have in a situation like that would be to encourage the person to believe in themselves, to believe that they are deserving of love and that they can make their own choice, and that you trust them to make their own choice. To be able to instill that in someone else, trust yourself, believe in yourself. Often that's all that's needed, if that's needed at all. Now, I know that there are a lot of different reasons for people to feel that they need to encourage or push someone into something else. And, whether it's to buy a product that that person is selling because, oh, well, they want that person to have that product because it serves themselves. They get the commission, they get the, the benefit from it. Empathy is a gift. And for those who treat it like a gift, and those who appreciate it, and those who don't feel the need to use it to influence anybody else, it doesn't get better than that. It is, it is just that. It's a part of us. It's something we utilize to help other people. If it becomes something we utilize to help ourselves, that goes into shadow. So everyone who is empathic needs to be responsible for looking at what it is that they do and their choices in how they, walk in this world and how they utilize their empathy. Another thing about that is that empaths who are manipulators, empaths who try to push others into doing things, eventually they're going to meet an empath who is better at it than they are, who is well aware of what they're doing. And that usually ends up going badly for the person, because that empath will nail them. Oh, hello, Luna. That empath will nail them, to the wall and say, okay, I know what you're doing, and you're going to stop it. Yes. So, I don't like to, kind of go into the heavier side of empathy, and I do know it's sometimes necessary, because I want this to be, a program, and the whole purpose of this community and this work is for empaths to get a full picture. Hello. And to not be, not be misguided into thinking that either, oh, it's a burden, or it's a, get out of jail free card. Luna, do not rub against the chair that has the camera on it. Yes, animals. So, oh, come here. Ah, see, say hi. So, just don't do it. Or if you are, because, you guys, I don't worry about. The people who are watching these videos and who have watched these videos, I have no doubt about your ability to make good choices in the use of your empathy. You know, I trust you, because I know you wouldn't, if you were the type of person to be manipulative or to be looking for that sort of thing, you would not be resonating with these videos. So, if you meet up with someone, or if you know someone, or if you encounter someone, and you can feel when they're pushing, if you encounter someone like that, tell them. Make it clear, just let them know. It's like, you know, I know what you're doing. Stop it. And often that is more than enough to let people know maybe they want to rethink what they're doing. Because, like I said, empathy is the most amazing thing that anyone could ever experience. And it should not be something that ever brings harm to anyone. And it is not something that should ever take anyone's choice away. So, something to think about. I promise tomorrow's topic will be a little bit lighter, but I did feel that this was important to address, and that, you know, yes, being a narcissist does not mean it does not automatically exclude you from being empathic. And in fact, a narcissist who's an empath is probably one of the worst combinations that you can get. But that is rare. That they are definitely the exception and not the rule. And, you know, go out and just be clear in your own heart why you're doing something, and you won't go wrong. You can't get it wrong. So, enough of that for today. Thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to put them in the comments section. You can also send comments or anything like that to me through my Twitter page. The link's in the description. And you can also check in on the Facebook group, Medicine Walk with Dr. Ayleen. Hey, Sam. Yeah, see, now that Sam's getting a chance to get his airtime, you know, he's pretty excited about that. Bless you. And if you like this video, or if you like Sam, or you miss Luna, she's heading off again, press like on the video. And if you like the series, if this channel resonates with you, please consider subscribing. I'm up to, as of this taping, I am at 98 subscribers, and so I only need 2 more in order to get my custom URL. So anybody out there who would like to subscribe, please do so that way I can move the channel forward. And if you would like to support in a bigger way, I do have a Patreon account, and the link for that is also in the description. So again, thank you for joining me. And as always, I wish you balance, and I wish you blessings. From my heart to yours. Love you, and see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Sam.